So, what the heck is flexible dieting? Well, if you are wondering, you need to stick around because that's what we're going to be talking about on this episode of Live Free TV. If we haven't met before, I'm Emilie Quisenberry, and I am a holistic weight loss and wellness coach. And I actually focus on helping women learn how to get healthy, get fit, and get strong so that they live the life God created them to live. So before we jump into what flexible dieting is, I want to make sure that you pick up my totally free guide to flexible dieting. You can get that by either clicking on the link below the video on YouTube or on the big orange bar below the video on my blog. And then it'll be sent directly to your inbox. Just make sure you check your spam folder because it could have landed there. But let's talk about flexible dieting. So what the heck is flexible dieting? Well, it is a way of eating where nothing is off limits. There are no foods that are restricted. Now, for a girl who has been a dieter since I was about 11 years old, that is awesome news because I have struggled with binge eating because of that restriction that I learned very early on, and I developed a very unhealthy relationship with food. So flexible dieting has become a really great tool that I am using to lose weight, to overcome binge eating, and to actually fall in love with my body. So there is actually no good food, no bad food. There is no right way to eat or wrong way to eat. That is flexible dieting in a nutshell. Now, it's also known as IIFYM. That stands for if it fits your macros. Now, you may be wondering, if you haven't been around this type of dieting lifestyle before, what is a macro? And you may have heard that word, but maybe you're not completely clear on it. Well, macro stands for macronutrient. Food is just nourishment for life and health. That's basically what it is. So when you break food down into its components, it's macronutrients, which are proteins, carbs, and fats. That's simply what it is. So food is also measured by calories. And that's how a lot of times people will think about just counting calories. Well, that's not flexible dieting. Flexible dieting actually takes into consideration the ratios of those fats, those carbs, and those proteins. Because when you get them in the correct combination for you, then you are going to start losing weight. I love the fact that there is not a miracle weight loss food or food group or a food group that we have to completely abstain from. I've pretty much done it all, and this way of eating has revolutionized my life. It has taken me from living in that ditch of restriction and then jumping over to that ditch of binging because I had restricted so much and made all these food rules and decided that food group or that food type was not okay for me. I don't know if you can relate to that, but oh my goodness, it's made all the difference. Now, I want to tell you one more thing. The IIFYM is actually, I think there needs to be one more M on that. So IIFYMM. And that stands for if it fits your macros and micros. Okay, what's a micro? Well, micronutrient is really your vitamins and your minerals. So if you Googled IIFYM, you would find out, or hashtag, you would find out that people are talking about Pop-Tarts and Twinkies and ice cream and, just eating all this, what we would probably consider junk food. The beauty of flexible dieting is that there is a place for all of those things, but we want to pay attention to our micronutrients as well. And our micronutrients are vitamins and minerals. Now, these next two things I'm going to share with you really aren't micronutrients, but they are part of a healthy diet. And that is fiber and sugar. Now, our body needs both of those things. Now, not in excess, but we definitely need them. And so if you are paying attention to your macros and you're counting your macros, which are again your proteins, your fats, your carbs, then you also want to be paying attention to your micros. Because if you eat a diet that is strictly what we would consider in this culture junk food, you're not going to get fiber. That comes from more whole food type things, more plants. Also some carbs are vegetables, but some other kinds like whole grains and things like that. So, and the beauty of flexible dieting is that you may have certain things that you know you don't tolerate as well. So dairy or certain grains. And the beauty of flexible dieting is you don't have to completely abstain from carbs, but you can just redirect what you're going to eat to different types of carbohydrates. So that is what flexible dieting is. It is a way of eating that is not restrictive. Everything is permissible, which I love because I began this journey to living in a healthy relationship with food, to overcoming disordered eating, to feeling comfortable and confident in my body and not hating it and despising it by simply asking the Lord, teach me what is permissible for me, but maybe what isn't beneficial. Teach me what is permissible so that I will not be mastered by anything. And you see, I was being mastered by disordered binge eating because of my thought process around food. And so this has been a way that God is teaching me how to have that healthy relationship. So listen, I don't know where you are in your journey, but if flexible dieting is something that is intriguing to you, then I'm going to just encourage you, pick up the guide, the free guide to flexible dieting. Again, you can get it on YouTube in the link below the video, or you can get it by clicking on the orange bar below the video on my blog. And listen, I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Be blessed.